Yes, people. Okay, in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the issues resulting as of Brexit. So, on The Guardian, the French customs reject British shellfish shipments after UK reset deal with the EU. So, let's see what's going on with the fishing industry. So, one of Britain's largest mussel exporters have suffered a loss of 150,000 after three of its shipments to the EU were rejected in recent weeks by French customs. Family-run business Offshore Shellfish, based in Devon, has continued exporting blue mussels to its European customers since Brexit, despite the administrative burden and onerous paperwork requirements. However, the past month has seen 3 out of 4 lorries prevented from entering the EU by customs officials at the port of Boulogne-sur-Mer for various reasons, which the company's commercial director Sarah Homeyard called subjective and inconsistent. We have sent hundreds and hundreds of loads since Brexit. We've never had a single one rejected, Homeyard told The Guardian. We've had a couple of paperwork issues, but we've never had our mussels rejected, and now in the last month we've had 3 loads rejected. The mussels are grown on ropes in the waters of Lyme Bay, several miles off the coast of South Devon. The company exports the vast majority of what they grow, sending them for the processing in Netherlands, with the most of them ending up in restaurants on supermarket shelves in Belgium, where they are a key ingredient in one of its national dishes, moules frites. Few Belgian diners may realize some of the bowls of mussels and French fries they regularly enjoy contain mollusks grown across the channel. All 3 rejected loads had to be destroyed at the company's cost. The rejected shipments did not differ from previous deliveries, Homeyard said, leaving the company confused and suffering from the unexpected financial hit. It's completely subjective and it's inconsistent, which means you can't plan for it. It's just a lottery at the moment when they get through or not. And we absolutely can't run a business in that way because it's just too uncertain. Since Brexit, deliveries of animal and plant products between Britain and the EU have required health and veterinary checks, supplemented by paperwork, and have been subject to stringent inspections at the border as part of a sanitary and phytosanitary SPS controls. Live mussels, oysters, scallops, cockles, and clams, classified as live bivalve mollusks, are subject to especially stringent EU rules. They can only be imported to the bloc without treatment if they come from waters deemed the highest quality, which is not the case for most of the waters in England and Wales. Although offshore shellfish farms are in waters which are considered Class A for most of the year. As a result, shellfish exporters and other food producers are basically seen as some of the main beneficiaries of the reset deal between Keir Starmer's government and the EU announced in May, which is designed to remove the need for SPS checks. British diners do not have the same appetite for homegrown shellfish like mussels as their continental counterparts, and the vast majority of shellfish and other seafood caught in the UK waters is exported to Europe. Negotiations are expected to begin this month, with the aim of a deal being implemented in 2027. This is viewed as too long away by many of the shellfish industry. In the meantime, Homeyard and other food exporters in the UK shellfish industry have reported an increase in border checks and even rejection of their produce on the European side of the channel since the reset was announced. The cited reason for the rejection of the 2 lorries was that they hadn't been properly washed, but they came out of clean water and they were washed, Homeyard said. I think I'm not alone in thinking this, that it is political, she added, given that their produce had only been rejected after the announcement of the reset of the EU and UK relationship. The French Customs Service did not provide a comment. The Guardian understands the UK government is not aware of a significant increase in rejection of British goods of animal or plant origin entering the EU. A government spokesman said, "We are focused on negotiating on basically SPS, an SPS deal that could add up to £5.1 billion a year to our economy by cutting costs and reducing red tape for British producers and retailers. We continue to engage with industry and EU border teams to maintain trade whilst protecting our biosecurity." Mussel grows like offshore shellfish don't tend to harvest the mollusks during the summer between April and August, when the mussels are spawning and then recovering. The seizure of the deliveries sent to the continent happened right at the start of the export season, when the company expected to start earning money again from sales. Offshore Shellfish was set up by Homeyard's father John, who has been farming mussels for 30 years. The company has been holding talks with French officials in the hope of resolving export challenges. After negotiations by the Homeyards, their Dutch partner, and the UK government, the authorities in Boulogne-sur-Mer have agreed to be more flexible in how they interpret the rules. However, this has not been basically yet been put to the test, and the company hopes to start exporting again shortly. "We've lost a lot of money in the last few weeks just on these failed loads, and it's not something we can continue to do," said Homeyard. The company is also concerned that it might lose its customers if repeated failed deliveries, given a reputation for being unreliable. It's a lot of food waste and live animal waste at a time both nations, France and the UK, are meant to be looking at food security, she said. So you can see there some of the issues with Brexit that's causing, fishing industries here, in this case, mussel industries. Let us know in the comment section what you think about Brexit and how it's affected the UK. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.